So start of the third term, East Geelong 10-4-64, leading Bell Post till 7-3-45. And the umpire throws the ball in the air for Bolton and Symes. Bolton gets it down too, and it runs towards Fletcher, punched away by Power. Runs on to Edmondson. He picks it up at half forward and goes long with a kick towards Closter over the back. Oh, good mark. No, umpire said. Yes, he did. He paid it. In fact, it's Robertson, I think. Yes, It is Robertson. So he's taken the mark about 20 metres out from goal, slide angle. And a chance for East Geelong to have a good start in the third term. Great play.
Yeah, great work by Edmondson out the middle again. And I like this idea, playing Keil Robinson up forward. He won't get beaten at ground level, that's for sure, and he's good in the air as well. So tough job for Addy. He's had a bit of a rough day thus far.
So Robertson, looking for his first of the afternoon. He comes in and he kicks it. So Robertson kicks his first, the 11th for East Geelong. 11-4-70. They lead Bell Post till 7-3-45 to Grandy Cycling Sport. Third quarter scoreboard, a minute played.
They're really happy about that one, East Geelong, and well, wouldn't they be? They really needed that first goal in the third term just to slam home that lead that they've already had. And Bell Post Hill, they really need to answer now and answer quick, because a couple more goals and it'll be out of reach, unfortunately.
So back with the umpires in the middle of the ground. Third quarter, only a minute old, and his first score to East Geelong, this time over the top, picked up there by O'Toole. Don't know whether that was a handball throw, what it was, but the umpires let it go. Ball gets down, head, someone's got their head over the top of it. I think it might be Noy. He can't get through the contest. Umpires letting it go, and now we'll come in and take possession. So the umpire's prepared to let the ball or the contest go and run. Finally, they come in and step in. So Murphy now pushes himself forward. Ball thrown up again. Bolton over the top, only as far as Martin. Handballs out the back door, when as far as player there in Lima, was it? So the ball ends up with Moreland. Moreland goes over the top. Now the run's on if they want to. They don't use Lewis inside. They went to Gergic outside. Kick wasn't good. Went over the boundary line and over on the half-forward line. So it might have been Richie, I think.
Was it Richie's?
Yeah, it could have been. So that was the player we missed. So in the half-forward line now for Bell Post Hill. Important next 10 minutes of this game, so they need to score and score heavily if they can. Ball picked up by Richie's once again, tapped down, the ball comes in the hands of O'Toole, spreads towards centre wing, and you don't see Ricky O'Toole do that. Oh no, it's down in the field of play. I thought it was well and truly over the boundary line.
Coming back in, I think.
The old banana came back into the field of play, and Ricky O'Toole gets some valuable ground. So it's over the boundary line, so the umpire about to restart play, right on centre wing, right near the interchange gate. Symes up against Bolton.
Fantastic ground painting from Skip, Mount Moriac.
And the ball kicked in by O'Toole into the half-forward line once again. Murphy comes out and presents. Bell Post Hill, both players went to ground. It picked up Murphy, transfers play back towards top of the square, centre square we're talking about, and Ryan Coy has taken the mark. So again now he just waits for those options. Skroblack's got to be his target. That's where he goes, straight towards the big fella. Popovsky does well to take it out of his hands. Coming across was Fletcher at ground level. Fletcher comes across. Skroblack worked hard. Noy, little kick round the corner, went towards Connors, couldn't pick it up, does so now. Keeps the ball alive, picked up by Edmondson. Gets through the contest. Handball goes back over the top to Connors. Connors off a step, went up towards the goal square. Coming out Robinson, mark's not taken. Front post is a free kick. Bell Post still in front, so it will go Bell Post Hill's way. Anthony Pisano is the recipient, right in the goal square. So he goes short, and we'll find Sean Lewis. Lewis short again, over the top, dangerous kick, went to Symes, good spoil Ryan Coy, picked up by Popovsky, on the left foot, kicks outside 50, coming up Murphy, charges, dives and take the mark. He's inside 50, so there's a chance here. It might be on testing ground. Skroblack's in the square by himself, so he goes long towards the square. Fletcher comes out, mark's not taken. Front of the contest, picked up by Martin, rides the bump well, steps out of it and kicks out towards centre wing. Player in the best position will be Hunter. He leads basically to the ball, so he takes the ball in his hand, now runs it over the boundary line, and it will be thrown back into the field of play. 4 minutes gone, third quarter we're into. 7-3 Bell Post Hill. East Geelong at 11 goals for the Grandy Cycling Sports scoreboard.
Boundary throw in. Symes up against Bolton. Thrown in now. Symes gets it down to the side of the pack. Noy runs back close to the boundary line. And it's over the boundary line. And a boundary throw in. Centre wing on the outer side. There's Marcus Noy. The boundary umpire will do some work. Centre wing. Symes takes it to the ruck to Richie's and floats out of bounds again. So we'll have another boundary throw in. Getting quite dark here at St Albans at the moment. 2, crowded over, possibly some rain. And East Geelong with a 25-point lead at this stage. Boundary throw in again, Bolton and Symes. Symes gets it down, roved the side of the pack, Pisano. But standing his ground and taking the mark, Coy. I thought he took the mark. I don't think the umpire paid it. So he plays on quickly and gives it away to Closter. Handball back to Chamberlain. His handball further afield, looking for Closter, who followed it up. Off hands again. And out of bounds for another boundary throw in. Centre wing on the outer side still. 11-4, 70 East Geelong. Leading Bell Post Hill. 7-3-45, 5.5 minutes played, third term.
Bell Post Hill with some work to be done here. Not making inroads at this stage, kicking with a slight breeze. Symes up over the top, ball tapped back down towards the boundary line, and again East Geelong will be quite happy to see that happen. We'll just wait for the umpire to bring the ball back into play. So Morland's in the contest. He probably needs to have a pretty important balance of this quarter now. So Symes up over the top, good tap forward, picked up their bed, slung off the ball. Grounds and leads was Lewis. Now it's with Fletcher and also an East Geelong player which is obscured by the players around the ball. It was Closter, I think, again. Yes, that's the last man up. He's working hard for East Geelong in his third quarter. The ball now back in the air. Symes up over the top. This time clears the contest, so it's running Bell Post Hill way. Fletcher come out, a little nice tap from behind. Into the half-forward line, picked up, went to Fletcher. He lost possession of the ball, goes back towards Coy. He collects it and goes back towards Power on the right foot. Brings the ball outside. Didn't have a lot of depth on the kick, and Trevor Fletcher chips in and takes the mark. Sean Lewis stands by himself at centre half forward. He's ignored. Long target's got to be Jovanovic. That's a nice-looking kick. Oh, Jovanovic could lead like that all day, mate, to Fletcher, and he wouldn't have to transfer or move. And that's a nice-looking kick. So an opportunity here for the Bell Post Hill side. Jovanovic to kick from about 40 metres out, almost directly in front.
Unfortunately, Hill was trailing by a fair bit there.
So Matthew Jovanovic, an important kick at goal here for Bell Post Hill. Comes in now. A little bit shot at goal, went back on the ball. It's going, but it won't come back far enough. Through for a minor score. So East Geelong have saved there. Bell Post Hill, the 7 goals for a 4-goal difference here during the third quarter. 7 minutes in, 11-4 East Geelong. Bell Post Hill on 7 goals for.
So Hunt up with the kicking duties on this occasion for the Eagles. He goes in that direction now. Might be a good kick as Richie's out there as well. Bolton make up a bit of ground and does pretty well in the end. Lachlan runs close to the boundary line, can't keep it in. Under pressure from Brent Gergich. He thought it was out of bounds on the full. The umpire doesn't agree. It's going to be a boundary throw in. Left half forward for the Panthers. So Symes up against Bolton. Morland comes in. At the side with Ryan Coy. All in there directing traffic on screen. Some players around the ball at the stoppage. Symes goes up and gets it down, knocks it down, but only as far as Closter. Gets his head ripped off. The umpire will come in. Umpire Nachos, as Dale calls him. And Ryan Closter at half-back. New role for him today, and he's done very nicely too across wing and half-back. I usually see him at centre half-forward. So now Ryan Closter called to play on. He goes down the line looking for Murphy. Overall's against him. Chamberlain there as well. Murphy fourth up, nearly got it. Ryan Coy through the middle. Moreland wheels around on the left at centre. Goes with a right foot kick. Good kick too towards Sean Lewis. Makes up a bit of ground. Doesn't take the mark. Keeps under pressure. Runs into his own teammate there. In Basely, gets the kick around the corner to Jovanovic and just shielded the ball nicely from Andrew Hill, and he will shoot for goal from 45 out, 45-degree angle. He's kicked 2 goals, 1 this afternoon, Matt Jovanovic.
So well, there's a bit of play there just before Matt Jovanovic's mark where it's kicked up across the half-forward line and Sean Lewis is going back with the fly of the footy. Thought Charles Hunter could have gone a little bit harder and really attacked it. Could have just knocked Sean Lewis clean out there.
So Jovanovic comes in, 45 out, right foot kick. I think he's missed it to the near side again. In 3 for 1 behind, 2 goals, 2. His personal tally, they go to 7-5-47, Bell Post Hill. East Geelong 11-4-70, and that's on the Grandy Cycling Sport third quarter scoreboard, 10 minutes play.
Ricky O'Toole now goes back and does the kicking in duties from the fullback position. Goes out wide. Target's going to be Noy. Good kick. Ooh, did he mark it in the field of play? Umpire said he did, and only just, I would reckon. So a good mark there from Noy. Go back to the square if he wanted to, but he's not going to. He's going to go further afield. Closter leads up. And he takes the mark. So again, they're playing this ball post till method now. They're going back towards the square. This time it's Hunter. So he has taken the mark back at the top of the square and transfers play to the far side of the ground by himself. Drew Lachlan can take the ball, carry, steps back inside Baseley, and now through centre half forward, goes into the centre of the ground. Kick this time needs to be good. It eludes all players. Powers running onto it. Also Symes. Those players go to ground, but the big Justin Tarr puts a hand down, picks it up, kicks round the corner, went back towards centre wing. Again, Drew Lachlan out there by himself. Moreland bears down. Lachlan's going to be the first one there, kicks it off the ground, goes towards the boundary line, and it will be over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. In between the wing and the centre in their half forward line. East Geelong again in attack. Oh, Bolton just pushes Symes out of the road. It's let go by the umpire. Picked up by Power. Little blind turn. Steps inside 50. Goes long, looking for Scrobbelag. The big fella's up. Doesn't take the mark. Good late spoil there. We'll talk it by Popovsky. Ball laying under it. Players.
There it is.
And it was probably there. He never actually made an attempt, did he? I don't know whether it was under him or over it, but he made no attempt. The ball's picked up. Addy goes outside to Martin. Martin further afield. Short kick. Finds Lima. Baird's not too far away if that's the option he wants to go for. Goes to the longer option. Symes. Nice kick from Lima. So Symes with the ball. Has that little player short. Lewis is the target. Nice kick up over the top. Picked up by Sean Lewis. This time the longer option goes into the half forward line. Gergic's there. Spoil from behind. Baird at the front. Taps it back towards Bolton. He gives the handball out. Ends up back in his hands. Went looking for Coy. Couldn't find him. Picked the ball up again. Ends up with Holzfien. Good tackle by Brad Coy. Ball comes down in the contest. Picked up again by Bell Post Hill, working around the boundary line. Can't get a clean disposal. Fletcher. Ball goes over and will be thrown back into the field of play just inside their forward 50.
Brad Coy's played really well today, I thought. Particularly off half-back line. Really worked hard and done the team things all day.
Good defensive pressure. Boundary throw in from behind Symes at the back. Lachlan wrapped up, not going anywhere. Ryan Coy throws on the ball as well. And Pole will come and ball it up. Left half forward flank, Bell Post Hill into attack. 7-5-47. They're trailing East Geelong. 11-4-70. 23 points the difference. We've been playing 13 minutes in this third term. Ball up. Symes gets it down again. Ricky O'Toole there. Lewis passed it. Symes left foot, left hand ball back towards Brad Coy. Gets a Shepherd. Needs to pick it up though, and doesn't, and gives away the free kick for the hold against Brad Coy. And going to Trevor Fletcher. He put his head over the football and will take the free kick and will shoot the goal from 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. So Fletcher hasn't kicked a goal yet. Just to make the margin 17 points. Comes in now. Left foot up. And has missed it, I think. Yep, through for one behind. So a number of opportunities for Bell Post Hill so far in this third term. Can't capitalise. 7-6-48. They trail East Geelong 11-4-70. And that's on the Durrani Cycling Sport. Third quarter scoreboard, 14 minutes played.
Hunter goes out to the back pocket. Mark is taken out there. East Geelong again, just being patient. Hill decides to go long this time, goes outside 50 towards centre wing. Spoil from behind by Tarr. Front of the contest, picked up by Tobin. Little kick forward into the half forward line, coming the other way as Lachlan is trapped. Ball comes out in the tackle and incorrectly, so the recipient of the free kick will be Trav Fursland. So Fursland has the ball now for Bell Post Hill. No real urgency to get the ball in quickly to their full forward position. Now there's a 50-metre penalty. I'm not too sure who it's against. I don't think the big fella at full forward will be too happy there. But instead of being outside 50, now the ball is with Travis Fursland at the top of the square. So an almost certain goal you would think here for Bell Post Hill. Travis Fursland comes in, as he said, from the top of the square, kicks that goal. Umpire goes across just the margin and it's through for a goal. A much needed goal to Bell Post Hill. So 8-6-54 to Bell Post Hill, 11-4-70 to the East Geelong side. We have Blaine playing nearly 15 minutes third quarter, the Granny Cycling Sports scoreboard.
Now it's a bit unfortunate for East Geelong. They done well to hold up against Belpost Hill this third quarter, giving very little, but to concede a goal like that, Adam Scroblack will be extremely disappointed. I think the game's definitely not over. There's still a lot to go, and East Geelong need to win a bit more football and get it inside 50 a bit more, because at the moment they're just stopped dead.
So back to the middle, Bolton goes up, gets it down. Power over the back, Noy. Power to run onto it, does well. Left foot kick towards the leader, Scroblack. He comes out on the bootlaces, Connors front and centre. Goes in with a right foot kick. Oh, and he got the Anthony Kitchen out pretty early there. And he's kicked his 7th of the afternoon, and a quick reply for the Eagles. They go to 12-4-76. And they lead Belpost till 8-6-54. The Grandy Sullivan Sport third quarter scoreboard, 16 minutes play.
Yeah, once again, fantastic work. Power, probably not the best kick, but once again, able to rove Brett Connors, and as we see, Power up inside 50, just at the bootlaces at Scroblack, but Connors able to run away from Miller, and 7 goals in the grand final. What an effort. It's been definitely a real live wire for them today.
So back with the umpire, middle of the ground. Umpire Ganaccia has the ball. And it's going to be Symes. So every time Belpost Hill get one, East Geelong are able to answer. The good sign of a good side, and picked up. Both sides go at it again through the middle of the ground. Ritchie's, no, it wasn't, it was Fletcher. Kick was smothered by Hunter. He goes on his right side, stops and prefers the left, and that's where he goes into the half-forward line. Coming out, Edmondson doesn't take the mark. Buckingham gets the ball off the contest and kicks into the half-forward line. Scroblack's there, probably manhandled, didn't get a free kick. Symes handballs over the top towards Addy. Belpost Hill now are out and running. Addy takes his first, now his second. Good chase by O'Toole. Probably the quickest Ricky's moved all season, I reckon. The ball goes outside the 50, then long. Coy taps it back, Coy to Coy, and went outside and found Murphy. He chips the ball short, and the mark has been taken by Power. So Power on centre wing. Decides to go backwards, has Hunter. Primke's back further towards centre half back if he wants him. Belpost still look like they're going to leave that option open, but he's now going back extra deep into that kick. I'm not too sure why. Called a play on by the umpire. Kick goes over the top. Power sneaks in and takes the mark. So he plays on now. Has 2 players out wide. Drew Loughlin's one of them. Good kick, Drew Loughlin. I don't think even Chamberlain saw him, but Power did. And Drew Loughlin takes the mark. Chip over the top. The running player is quick. Takes the mark and go on. Short kick into the half-forward line. That wasn't good. Edmondson set a task. Doesn't pick the ball up. Pushed off the ball. It's support there from Hunter. Picked up and tackled by Fletcher. And the umpire comes in and takes the possession of the ball fairly quickly this time. So at 17, nearly 18 minutes gone in the third quarter, 8-6-54, 8-6-54, Belpost Hill, 12-4, 76 to the East Geelong Eagles.
Thursland taps it down, but East Geelong with the numbers. Kloster running across the centre, left foot kick to centre half forward. Connors goes up, oh, sticky fingers, he runs inside, 40 out for goal number 8. No, he's missed it, and he's just squeezed it in for a behind. So one behind to Brett Connors, 12-5-77 the Eagles. Belpost Hill 8-6-54. Buckley's Entertainment, to Grandy Cycling Sport, third quarter score, 18 minutes played.
The ball quickly into play, and it's ended up on centre wing. A kick from Martin, finds holes fine. He goes quickly further afield. We're looking for Fletcher, missed the target. Again, the chance for the Belpost Hill side. They're able to run back and pick the ball up. It's Ritchie's handball back outside, wasn't good. Missed Fletcher, but he went back and collected it. Short chip round the corner, and he hit Fantella. So Fantella now has the ball. Loads up and goes into the half-forward line. Gergic all by himself. I'm not too sure his opponent is. Probably a little bit wide. So Brent Gergic with the ball. Jovanovic moving further afield. Kick goes in. Good mark, Caleb Basley. And a little fend off there to the player in Quick. And Caleb Basley, haven't seen much of him during the course of this game, but another kid
Baird,
that can...
actually.
Oh, it is too.
Yeah,
Anthony Baird. So I still
Haven't seen much of him.
Yeah.
And
Very
Caleb
quiet.
Basley.
Not too sure whether Baird is one of these goal kickers, but we'll soon find out. Not a great deal of distance to cover. 20 metres out. A little bit of an angle to contend with. But a much needed goal for Belpost Hill if he can sneak it through. So he comes in now. Kicks on the way. Umpire goes across. Then it's called nicely from Jovanovic behind the goal square. Anthony Baird has his first and the ninth now for Belpost Hill. 9-6-60. They close that. East Geelong on 12-5-77. We have gone nearly 19 and a half minutes, third quarter, to Grandy Cycling Sports scoreboard.
Another important goal there for Belpost Hill, and they've really got to make sure they can just capitalise later on this quarter. just get a couple more goals, it's going to be right up for grabs. And I think East Geelong, they're really stopped, and a lot of their players are looking really tired. The old petrol tickets, I reckon, might just be not looking good for East Geelong at the moment. Big game last week, and unfortunately, Balpo still look like they've got a few more in the tank.
Rain falling here too. Nolan goes up against Symes. Tobin, he's ripped off the football. Moreland gets a clearing kick. They're winning it in the centre. Bell post hill. They go forward. Quick comes out. Pushed off the football by Tar. Jovanovic comes out. Handball back to Fletcher. Been good in the third term. Left foot kick around the corner. But Primke sees it through for one behind from Trevor Fletcher. So they go to 9-7-61. Bell post hill. East Geelong 12-5-77. Playing 20.5 minutes in the third term. Nathan Quick will do the kicking in. So, got Primke at centre half back. He elects to go out towards Lachlan. It's a good kick too. 45 out, hits him on the chest, takes the mark. In between the back pocket and the half back flank. To come back to Quick, so they'll start again. Jovanovic keeps a bit of pressure on, which is good for Bell post hill. Forward pressure. Comes back over the head of Lachlan and also Fursland. Gets it to Noy. Noy takes the mark. He's got Robertson on all of a sudden. And then Lachlan comes closer. He just chips the ball over the top to Lachlan. Takes the mark. Still close to the boundary line. Half back. So playing Bell post still at their own game here a little bit, East Geelong, with the chip and charge. Footy. Now where is he going to go? He's going to go down the line. Edmondson calls. There's a terrible kick off the boot. Might be okay. Closter. Front and centre was Noy. Closter falls back into his arms. Needs some support though. Pisano's in there. Numbers with Bell post hill. Tobin runs into trouble. Tries to get the handball free. Pack develops. Pisano over the top of it as well. And Tobin. And it will be a ball up. Centre wing.
One of the packs didn't have the football.
No, they just kept having a crack at each other. Two packs developed. So a ball up. Plenty around the football. Symes goes up, roved by Closter, back towards the wide open spaces in the middle of the ground. Who's he going to sit for? Connors comes at it, Ritchie's tries to tap it on, through the middle. Fantella dropped the football, right in the middle of the ground in dispute. Ritchie's wrapped up by Coy, got it away but only as far as Closter. Rides 3 bumps and still goes. Then he shuffles the handball out. Connors back there, he had it, lost it, got it back quickly. Ricky O'Toole shuffles the handball to Hunter. Got to put his head up at the wrong time and then he got wrapped up, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up, still in the middle of the ground. A ball up. 22.5 minutes played. East Geelong 12-5-77. Bell post till 9-7-61.
So just at the top end of the square, centre square we're talking. Fursland looks like he's going to be the third man up, but let it go. Picked up Moreland. Couldn't get boot to ball. Picked up by Hunter, and he kicks the ball into the half-forward line. Races on. Players sitting back on their haunches there a little bit. Picked up by Closter. Good tackle. McNamara brings him down. No chance there for the East Geelong player. Umpire must call the ball up and does so. So good decision by the umpire. So Closter's done some heavy work deep in the ground. And now has pushed himself forward again. Bit of a break for him, but up the top, Symes. Next it was Nolan who got the ball down. Pisano tried to push his way through, kicked the ball into the centre of the ground, only as far as Noy for East Geelong. So now East Geelong can go back into attack. So he's looking for options to come, looking for runners from behind. He's going to have to wait a fair time. Now decides to go and gets called on by the umpire. Kicks the ball to the half-forward line. Chamberlain doesn't take the mark. Fletcher reads it well. O'Toole attacks it. Picked up there by Coy. He didn't take clean possession. Able to feed the ball forward to Pisano. Pisano has a player outside, and it's Fantella. He goes into the half-forward line looking for Sean Lewis. Needs to have a clean pickup. Couldn't do so. And his boot laces and the ball runs over the boundary line. Will be thrown back into play. So we've ticked towards 24 minutes. And East Geelong with 2 goals this quarter. Bell post still the same. Ball thrown in on that centre wing position. Symes is up. Good work, Nolan. Pressured in, picked up there by, I think, Edmondson. Ends up with O'Toole. Come out the back door, kicks round the corner, back towards centre wing. Chamberlain, strength, puts his hands up. Good strong mark. And Robbie Chamberlain takes the mark on centre wing. Was lucky there. Pisano did pick him up and toss him, but umpire said it's okay. He goes into the half-forward line. Out in front, Closter. Good lead up and good possession. Good mark. Under pressure, McNamara not too far away. Closter now has to look at his options further afield. Scroblack's too deep for him to get to him. Murphy's got to be the target. That's the direction he goes in. Overall's right beside him. Murphy dives for the ball. Ball comes out in the contest, cleans up, goes into the half-forward line, and now into the pocket. Martin, handballs over the top, dangerous, picked up by Overall. Fed the ball back towards Martin. Now there's a free kick. Oh, he must have put the elbow up as he was coming in. So Brady Connors, the man for the moment, has 7, can go back and line up for goal number 8. So Brett Connors is about 40 metres out on the boundary line. A difficult kick, but today he's up and about, and we know he can kick some goals. He's been quiet through the early part of the final series. Brett Connors steps in now, loads up, goes long towards the square. It's going across the face, and Sean Lima is prepared to see the ball over the through the points. And 12-6 now for East Geelong, 9-7 to the Bellpost Hill side. We have gone 25 minutes, third quarter to Granny Cycling Sports scoreboard.
Lima kicks into the back pocket. Popovsky takes the mark. Worried about the man on the mark. You just might be worried about kicking the footy, I suspect. Down the line. Gives it a lot of height. Goes towards Baseley. Backing him in front. Fursland to run onto it. Sits for him okay. Brad Coy bearing down. Gets the kick over the head of Jovanovic though. Hill to come back. Wants the boundary line, I suspect. He's got it too. Good defensive play. Sees it over. Boundary throw in. Centre wing. Late stages of the third term here. 17-point lead to East Geelong. Boundary throw in. Bolton in front, gets it down to Edmondson, tries to ride the tackle from Jovanovic, lost the football. Bolton again, Ververs in the middle, Tobin over the top of it as well. And through the middle, Ververs fighting hard for it again, wrapped up by Fletcher, not going anywhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Still on centre wing. Edmondson just getting up, got one in the mouth. Addy coming back on for Symes, so giving him a chop out in the ruck. See how he goes up against Bolton. The umpire throws it in the air, Bolton comes up, Addy gets it down, but only as far as the boundary line. And the boundary umpire with a bit more work to do. Between half forward and centre wing. Bolton. Addy with a jump. Neither get an effective tap. Falls to the side of the pack. Fantella. Handball was great to Tobin out the back. On the left foot towards centre half forward. Over the back of the pack. Tapped away by Buckingham. Sean Lewis tries to tap it to his own advantage. Then he throws it away to Moreland. Handball out. Ball was okay. But sits for Baseley. Bearing down on him Edmondson. 50 out from goal. Kick around the corner. Coming at it was Buckingham. Fighting hard for it. Numbers with Primke over the top of it as well. They get the clearing kick East Geelong, but only as far as Ritchie's. He should be able to take the mark. 65 out from goal at half forward. Goes long and high towards half forward, towards the forward pocket. Tapped over the back.
Not dangerous there.
No, not dangerous there. And Nolan tapped it away from Tar. And there's Justin Tar on screen. So boundary throw in right, forward pocket. And they're into attack, Bellpost Hill. Boundary throw in. Gergich from the ruck contest. Kick around the corner. Might be okay. And he's put it through. Coach has done nicely and put through his first goal of the afternoon. And the 10th for Bellpost Hill. They go to 10-7-67. And they trail East Geelong 12-6-78 to Granny Cycling Sport. Third quarter scoreboard. 28 minutes played.
That's not what East Geelong wanted just before the end of the third quarter. It's really made it difficult for them now. They're going to have to really play out that last quarter, and there's no way they can just sit around and defend now. It's going to be both sides need to go full pallet. I think East Geelong have sort of been caught out playing a little bit pragmatic in this third quarter, and they really need to just work a little bit harder and get more of the football in their forward line.
So 28 minutes gone, ball back in the middle of the ground, touched up, won by Pisano out of the middle, loads up and goes into the half forward line. Contest required, ball's up, Lewis misses it at the back of the pack, picked up by Coy. He's got pace, runs away, goes back towards centre wing. Pace is on, Edmondson up against Fantella, boundary line wins out. It's over the boundary line, we're thrown back in on true centre wing, far side of the ground. So a little bit of energy there for Bellpost Hill. They've got themselves back with a chance. Although East Geelong with a slight breeze in the last quarter. Ball thrown back into play. Addy and also Bolton. Bolton taps the ball down. Picked up Fletcher into the half forward line. Coming out Gergic and also the player in Primke. No mark. Ball at the ground level. Needs to be picked up. Ricky O'Toole gets down. He's clean possession. Good work from Ricky O'Toole. Now he's tackled. Pushing the back. Dropping the ball. Umpire says the ladder. And dropping the ball. Free kick goes to Chris Moreland. So Bellpost Hill cements a little bit of change here. Ball short into the centre. Sorry, just outside there. Forward 50. Fantella. He goes looking for Tar. Out. Couldn't take the mark. Ball at ground level. Kick off the ground. Went through Pimke's hands. But a kicking in danger. And it was going to go there to a player in Hunter. As the three-quarter time siren sounds, and at three-quarter time, East Geelong 12-6-78. They lead Bellpost Hill on 10-7-67. Goal kickers to three-quarter time, 2 to Matthew Jovanovic, 1 to Chris Moreland, Shane Tobin, David Holtzfein, Anthony Pisano, Brent Gergic, Cameron Addy, Travis Fursland and Anthony Baird. And for the East Geelong side, 7 goals to Brett Connors, 2 to Adam Scroblack, 1 each to Rob Chamberlain, Ricky O'Toole and Kyle Robinson.
So it is 11 points of difference at three-quarter time. East Geelong 12-6-78 leading Bell Post till 10-7-67. Take a break and back with our final quarter action after this. Welcome back to St Albans Reserve. Three-quarter time in the 2011 GDFL Grand Final. East Geelong 12-6-78 leading Bell Post till 10-7-67 by 11 points in three-quarter time. Highlights here. Brett Connors with 8 goals leading the way, 7 goals leading the way. Callie's doing nicely.
Yeah, he's doing fantastically, but unfortunately, I'm very concerned about East Geelong coming into this final quarter. They stopped dead pretty much in that third quarter, and I'm just very concerned that they'll just die in the behind later on. So I've got Brett Gergich here, and he's doing his three-quarter time address.
Come on, last quarter for the year, boys. Real talk, real talk. That pressure stayed and stayed. It's 2 kicks. 2 kicks on it. 2 kicks.
Back after this.
Yeah, so it's all over. It's all over there. I think Queens Cliff are going to win by 21. I think. Cooters will win next week. Yeah, they will.
Cool.
You all know what happens in week 2, in the final week of a BFL game. With Hamo's playing Jace, of course. Choke. Choke. It's the reason they've only won 2 grand finals in the last 7 years or whatever. Choke. And they'll choke next week.
Chokers.
Boy, look at pumped in there, aren't they? Even though they're special, their petrol tickets. Still blindly putting faith in their ability to. Don't know. Not confident in East Geelong. Better get back so Grub Joyce.
Hint of desperation from Brent Gergich, but he did say, we've been on top of the ladder all year. You've got 30 minutes to prove that you're the best side. He said some of your better players, they've got to improve in this last quarter. They've got to give everything they've got to win this flag, and it'll taste even better for a come-from-behind victory against the East Geelong Eagles.
Thanks to Richard Grubby Cations down there listening to the coaches at three-quarter time. Brett Gergich, we heard a little bit before the break of Gerger's speech. And looking for back-to-back premiership, so everything to play for in the final term. East Geelong 12-6-78, leading Bell Post till 10-7-67. 30 minutes of football left for season 2011. His Royal Highness Brian Coughlin. We're ready to go, Cogsy.
Done your duty. Get in amongst
Start of the final term. 30 minutes of footy left for season 2011 in the GDFL. It'll be Bolton and Symes. Bolton gets it down over the back of the pack. Noy coming off the contest. Moreland gets it out to Thursland. Kick around the corner to half forward. Holes fine in front. Takes the chest mark. Quick start here. Handball to Sean Lewis. Outboard. Half forward. They're running. He goes long towards half forward. Oh, good mark by Caleb Basley. And 45 out, 45-degree angle. This will be the start for the Panthers. That's a great grab after. With two players against him. Hunter and Edmondson coming across.
Snatched it.
Great mark. Caleb Basley. Hasn't kicked a goal yet. Needs to cut the margin to 5 points. Comes in now. 45 out. Oh, there's it faded just to the end. And through for one behind. So 10-8-68. Now, Belpost Hill, East Geelong 12-6-78. And have been playing a minute in the final term.
So the kick comes in short from Quick. He's found O'Toole. O'Toole transfers play out wide. The mark has been taken out there. Edmondson, I think it is. So he's got the ball. Edmondson decides to carry the ball back across the face of goal. Dangerous, yes, no, it's a good kick, and Hill takes the mark. Jovanovic not too far away then, so flirting with danger, East Geelong. Drewy Lachlan comes back to this side of the ground. That's where he goes. It's a kick out wide, needs to be accurate. Is it still in the field of play? Yes, it is, so Drewy Lachlan takes the mark. Plays on now and goes further afield. Crosses the target. McNamara brings the ball to the ground. Picked up by Fletcher. Oh, handball wasn't good. Murphy intercepts it. Goes further afield towards Lima. He trapped it in the field of play. Kept it in. Umpire says it was over the boundary line. I'm not too sure whether it was or not. Doesn't matter. Umpire's not too far wrong, are they, Jace? So we'll ball it in on a true centre wing.
Never wrong.
So the ball now with the umpire. Throws it back in. Symes comes out, takes possession. Handball goes to Fletcher. Can go around on his right side. Has a look round inside. Went towards Lewis. Couldn't take the mark. Feeds it further afield. Good work. Needs to commit again. Good tackle there. Coming the other way, Moreland. Good clean pickup. Goes long towards the goal. Oh, Caleb Basley. Or one-hander. About 20 metres out for goal. Jovanovic doesn't need to be doing that once they've got the free kick. It'll turn it over. But Caleb Basley has the ball, and this time well and truly within range. An opportunity here for Belpost Hill. So he's taken a great mark. 2 in the last quarter. This time much closer to goal, and an important kick at this stage of the game. Caleb Basley comes in, kicks it goal, goes across. I think it's held its line. Caleb Basley, he needed to kick that one for the Belpost Hill side. He's got it to 11 goals, 8 now to Belpost Hill. East Geelong on 12 goals, 6, 2 minutes, nearly 3 minutes gone. Final quarter, Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki scoreboard.
We've already seen that Belpost Hill have been able to win a lot of the footy and pump it back inside 50 about 3 or 4 times. East Geelong haven't been able to get it past halfway, and I think it's going to be a little bit of the way it might be in this last quarter. They need to just get more footy out of the middle, East Geelong, otherwise they're going to cough this one up.
So back to the middle. Bolton in there with Edmondson, O'Toole and Chamberlain. Big job to do. Against Symes, Moreland, Lewis, and this man Pisano, who tries to drag it in. Murphy, handball over the top, Edmondson. Tries to ride the bump. Lima does well, breaks the tackle. Torpedo punt to half forward. Gergich goes up. Can't take the one-hander at the back of the pack. Closter runs away and backs himself across half back. Goes towards half forward with a kick. Noy up against Martin. Martin stands tall, takes the mark. Brad Martin in between half back and centre wing. Wants to chip the footy short. Goes to centre wing. Terrible kick. Connors up there, but good enough Thursland to get it away. They're running here. Belpost Hill gets away Moreland. Feigns the handball and then goes with a kick left foot towards half forward. Oh, they're in trouble here. East Geelong. Fletcher off a step. Goes towards the lead of Jovanovic and he takes the mark. 35 out directly in front. This to give them the lead.
Oh, no. Oh.
Chamberlain ran across the mark there and the Belpost Hill boys were trying to tell him.
I think
the umpire.
Jovanovic made it a bit worse than it was. He was just walking and then Jovanovic decided to quickly step a couple of steps then.
So he's kicked 2 goals to Jovanovic. This to give the Panthers the lead. 4 points behind at this stage. 35 out, directly in front. Comes in, leans back, kicks the bar. Goal. So Jovanovic kicks his third and gives the Panthers the lead. They go to 12-8-80 and they lead East Geelong 12-6-78.
I think going... Just been told that I'm not going to be speaking on TV. And, deflating, but I'll do it for radio.
Had your time last week.
Just do the radio, of course, and what a fantastic bit of play there from Matt Jovanovic. And I think, really, East Geelong, it might just be over for them. I don't see them getting back into it. I know it's only 4 points of difference, but they've been on the downhill slide for a long time now. The way the game's going, they just can't seem to get enough of the ball.
Yeah, no, they've done well. But they put themselves back in the contest, and only early part of this last quarter, so the game's still on. Back in the middle of the ground, Symes over the top, picked up by O'Toole, kicks round the corner. How far will he go? Coy comes out, meets it strongly, but he pushes it back into the hands of Lewis. Lewis goes back into the half-forward line. Oh, Holzfine does well. Was held also, but he's got possession of the ball. So they're up and about now, Bo Post still, and it's going to be umpire Natchez coming and settle things down. So now David Holzfine asked to come back over the mark. And East Geelong now able to get those numbers back. So he goes back towards Chris Morland, does the old goose step once and twice, and now goes to 50. Loads up, goes long into the goal square. Addy's there. Jovanovic in a full stretch, and Jovanovic takes a mark. Jovanovic, much better player when he's out and about and leading, and he's taken another strong mark. Difficult angle to contend with. Has a 2-point margin to Bell Post Hill. You would think it will stretch. How far is the question? Matthew Jovanovic tucking the glove in the shorts. Just conferring with the umpire. So Matt Jovanovic is going to go to the banana. Yep, holding it as the banana. Just questioning the line of Edmondson there. Just needs to concentrate, go back and go through the process. Matthew Jovanovic comes in, kicks towards goal, got the fist in the air. Matthew Jovanovic likes it. Bell Post Hill had their third goal of the last quarter. They moved to 13 goals, 8. They lead East Geelong on 12 goals, 6. And we have been playing 7 minutes, final quarter.
Only Bruce.
She over.
Not yet.
So 7.5 minutes played. Bell Post Hill now with an 8-point lead. Final quarter. Symes goes up, Bolton gets it down, Chamberlain taps it on. Tapped on by Power. Runs into a teammate. Handballs it back to Bolton under pressure. They're under pressure in the middle. He kicks it away, Edmondson. Breaks free. Goes to the right. Well, goes with the right at the end. He's looking for the left. Murphy takes the mark at half forward. And in front of overall, will have a set shot for goal. He's 50 out. He's kicking just inside 50. He hasn't kicked a goal yet. The leading goal kicker in the GDFL today. Different role for him. He's up forward on this occasion. He's taken the mark. And they need this, the Eagles. They're 8 points behind after leading for most of the second and third quarter. He comes in, hasn't made the distance. Robertson goes up in the middle of the pack. Ball spills free. Noy, kick. Oh, up in the air. Don't mark that. Won't be 15. And off hands. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full. So Bell Post Hill will take the free kick. It'll be Popovsky with the free kick in the right back pocket for the Panthers. Able to clear the ball for Bell Post Hill. Goes to the outer side. Outside 50. Gergich is there. Tapped over the back. And basically happy to see it over the line. Another boundary throw in. This time half forward for the Eagles. 12-6-78 and trailing Bell Post Hill. 13-8-86. Boundary throw in now. Down to the front, Bolton gets it away to O'Toole, wrapped up, gets the handball free, throws it the umpire just as it was coming to Jeremy Power. So you need to get it back quickly. And Baird has got it. And 50, and it was a late 50 as well, but umpire Nachos wanted to give it and gave it in the end to Bell Post Hill. So he'll come down to stand a good 52. Centre half forward for Bell Post Hill now. And Anthony Baird has the football. He plays on now, goes long towards Jovanovic. Gergich is up there. Oh, Jovanovic can't take the mark off hands. Power kicks it off the ground. And kick it. Oh, if you don't mind, Cam Addy has turned around and kicked it off the ground and kicked a goal. His second of the afternoon. And they go further in front, Bell Post Hill. 14-8-92. They lead East Geelong 12-6-78. And it's on the Smiths Holden Blood Suzuki final quarter scoreboard. 10 minutes played. Yeah.
Yeah. Channel 31, not interested in hearing anything I've got to say today. Say that I'm deliberately trying to cut me out of the broadcast.
So ball back with the umpire, middle of the ground. Bell Post Hill with 4 in the final quarter. East Geelong get to trouble the scoreboard. Over the top, picked up there by Chamberlain. Fed the ball towards O'Toole. He's tackled from behind. Tackle was missed, so O'Toole delivers the ball into the half-forward line. Gets over the top of the contest. Grobbelack couldn't make it. And going back, Popovski has the ball in front of him. Wants the boundary line, finds the boundary line. And he's happy enough to do that. Oh, umpire says a free kick. There's a hold. It's going Bell Post Hill's way by the look of it. And it's going to Nick Popovski. So Popovski with the ball. An easy outlet there for Bell Post Hill. He's not taking, not him particularly wasting any time, but he's just taking as much time as the umpire's going to allow him here. So the ball deep in the back pocket, just decides to line up and go outside 50. Ball towards centre wing, over the top of the contest. Holds fine. He's kept running, doesn't pick the ball up, but he gets back to his feet quickly. Taking off the ball once again. Bolton keeps it alive. Not too sure that was the best option because Fletcher picked it up, kicked around the corner, went towards Baseley. Fursland's there. Bell Post Hill with numbers. They've all of a sudden started to run. Symes is there. The full forward, Connors. He's back, tried to get the ball, but there's a high contact. And it goes to Brett Connors against Caleb Baseley. And he's going to take possession of the ball. So he's still hasn't moved. Well, the feet are wobbling now, so he's awake. Pretty sore by the looks of him, though, I think. So Bretty Connors just struggling to get to his feet. One on the top of the neck, I think, had the head down. So now Brett Connors with the ball. We've ticked over 12 minutes. He goes sideways and has Hunter by himself. Hunter goes straight up the ground, went looking for, just found Simon Primke, who gets to his knees and takes the mark. Brent Gergich takes the mark and is now asked for players to come behind and support. So Primke goes into the half-forward line towards Martin. He's up, doesn't waste about it. Gaddy just takes it further afield. Bolton does the same thing. It's a bit of air football now, but it ends up with Murphy on the half-forward line, stops and props and goes in towards full forward. But Popovski coming out, takes the mark. The big fella Grobbelack was looking for the long ball in that didn't have the carry, and Nick Popovski comes out once again, relieves some pressure for Bell Post Hill. Again, taking all the time he needs. Umpire now has asked him to play on. It's a short kick. It wasn't a good one. Went towards Martin, but it comes up in the hands of Power. Coming the other way, picked it up. Robertson had it, let it go, put it down. Umpires let it go. Players dive in at the top of the 50-metre line. Umpire will take possession. 12-6-78 to East Geelong. 14-8-92. Bell Post Hill. 13 minutes gone. Final quarter. Smiths Holden, Blood Suzuki scoreboard.
So ball up at 50. The Eagles into attack. They need a goal. Ball up. Bolton gets there against Addy. This ball spills free, back of the pack. Brad Coy rides the bump from Tobin. At half forward, long towards Grobbelack. The big fella goes up, takes the mark. That's all they need to do. Get it in there and he'll take the mark more times than not. And he'll shoot the goal from 30 out directly in front. Kick 2. This to make the margin 8 points again. You can see there, he's had a couple against him. Popovski, not big enough. Grobbelack standing his ground, taking the grab, and you shoot for goal from 30 out. Comes in, left foot kick, through the middle. His third. And for East Geelong, they're 13. 13-6-84. Trail Bell Post Hill. 14-8-92. Smiths Holden, Blood Suzuki. Final quarter scoreboard, 14 minutes play.
Maybe I should just go home.
They know you're petering out for the season. the middle. Addy gets it down. Hole's fine. Got it away to Moreland. Left foot kick long. Quick back on the ground against Tar. The big fella got held on to. The umpire said play on. Primke got it away to Quick. Kicks it across half back. Have to be a good kick. Power couldn't take the mark. His second effort needs to be there. Fursland. He's got a couple against him. He's in trouble here. And then getting away. Oh, would he duck his head? The umpire said no. Oh, it was high. So long kick. Fantella. No. Jovanovic. One out. Held on to. No, the umpire said play on. Hill tries to tap it on. Tar's there. Verbers as well. Under pressure in defence. Hill tried to get it away by hand. He did so again to Quick. He's under pressure. Gee whiz, and through for one behind. Tired boys there. 14-9-93 Bell Post Hill. East Geelong 13-6-84. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard. 15.5 minutes played.
So Quick doing the kicking in from the full-back position. He goes wide. Targets Drew Lachlan. He let it go and Noy. Marcus Noy comes in and takes the mark. Back pocket. Further afield, target's going to be Ricky O'Toole. Wasn't a good kick. Put pressure on him. And again, Ricky O'Toole just happy enough to see the ball go over the boundary line. So just outside forward 50. Ball thrown in by the umpire. Ruck work done by Addy. Taps it further afield. Lewis couldn't trap it. Goes towards Gergic. Oh, cop one high. And it was seen by the umpire. Not too sure what Bell Post Hill are worried about. They've got the free kick and only be turned around. So stay out of it, boys. Coach has got it. He won't want the ball taken off him. So he's in a chance now to stretch the margin. Sits at 9 points at the present time. Take it back to 15. So Brent Gergic going to kick from about 40 metres out. 45-degree angle. No Bell Post Hill player in the goal square. Jovanovic stands behind, but it wouldn't want to land right in the line. I don't think Gurge would be too happy. Kick comes in. Nice looking kick towards goal. Going across the face. Ends up with that player I just spoke about in the goal square. Went back to Ritchie's, who in the goal square has kicked the goal. So Alexander Ritchie's gets his first goal of the afternoon and the 15th goal to Bell Post Hill. 15 goals, 9. They lead East Geelong on 13 goals, 6. We've gone 17 minutes final quarter. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki scoreboard.
Yeah, unfortunately that should have been knocked over the points by Jake Nolan. Shouldn't have tapped it back into play, and once he did, made it very difficult for East Geelong to clear. Quickly tackled, and a good finish for Ritchie's. No, I think it's pretty much over now. Just can't see East Geelong getting back into it from here. They'll need to get it down for 3 quick goals. I don't know if it's in them.
Back to the middle, Bolton and Symes. Symes gets it down. Holzbein taps it on to Ritchie's. The last goal scorer wrapped up by Verbers. Oh, Verbers runs into back in, holding the ball. Well, in the end, Verbers had it. Got away to O'Toole quickly. Left foot kick. Goes towards half forward. The umpire in the way. He helped Ryan Coy there. Liam Miller couldn't get to him. And he took the mark. He plays on quickly. Goes towards the pocket. Scrollack goes up. Takes the mark. They need this goal. They need it quickly. They trail by 15 points. This to make the margin 9. He's kicked 3 this afternoon. 30 out. 45-degree angle. Been playing 18 minutes. Still time for the Eagles. He needs to kick this. He comes in, northern end of the ground. And I think he's missed it. And he has through for 1 behind. So 3 goals, 1. They go to 13-7-85 East Geelong. Trail Bell Post Hill 15-9-99. Smith Holden, Blood Suzuki, final quarter scoreboard. 18.5 minutes played.
Lima kicks in quickly, goes out to the pocket. Just over the top of Brady Connors. Is a well-weighted kick. Brad Martin has the mark. So Brad Martin now with the ball deep in their defence. Looks for options further afield. Not too many coming, so he just decides to go long. Goes towards Tar, quick over the top. Ball gets through the contest. Not picked up there. Primke does so. Handballs back into the half-forward line. Found Noy. Good trap, kick. Back in towards the half-forward line. Martin puts himself in front. And Brad Martin, good strong hands. Takes that mark in defence. So Bell Post Hill with time on their side at the moment. Just need to hold things up, play their game, and that's what he does. He just loads up with any decency, goes outside 50. Contest not made. Tar down on hands and knees, picks the ball up. Umpires let things go at the moment. He's got to come in very shortly, and the umpire does so now. So it's a ball up. So in between their centre wing and the half-forward line. East Geelong's attacking into the ground. A little bit of drizzle starting to fall again. We've had it on and off all day. Both sides, some good kicking, hit goal at the present time. Symes taps the ball back to the boundary line. Land over the boundary line inside the field. Umpire says it's okay. Going to be a throw-in. big crowd in that tent over there. I'm not sure who sponsors them, but
Bell Post Hill tent over there.
Bell Post Hill tent, is it? So they'll be happy with proceedings at the stage. Picked up, kick forward to the half-forward line. Unfortunately, too much width on the ball, and the ball goes over the boundary line. So East Geelong trying to get things happening. It's not working for them at the present time. Bell Post Hill will have possession, and Brad Martin is that player. So Brad Martin deep in defence. Hasn't been bad again today. Some telling marks. He just decides to go long and around the wing. Gergic's the target. Going up. Marks not taken by O'Toole. Picked up by Edmondson. He's tackled. Ball is not going to come out of that contest. And again, a ball that will take place on centre wing. So we're ticking just on 20 minutes final quarter. Smith Holden Blood Suzuki scoreboard sees Bell Post Hill on 15 goals 9. They lead East Geelong on 13 goals 7.
So ball up. Centre wing. Symes goes up. Gets it down. Over the head. Chamberlain. Pack develops. Noy put the pressure on Holes fine. Pisano through the middle, got it away quickly. Bell Post Hill just spear it towards centre, towards half forward. Sean Lewis happy to see it over the line, and it will be a boundary throw in left half forward for the Panthers into attack. Bolton and Symes. In the end, it's Chamberlain who gets it down. Gains about 30 metres, but no East Geelong players there. Holes finds the only one. Wheels around, chips the ball. It's okay. Tobin takes it. Fursland just on the ground. Will come into picture shortly, and he might be the recipient if they can see him. He goes along the line to Pisano. Fursland's still there by himself. Now he's going to get picked up, but he still goes there. Probably too late. Burvers goes up. Rove by Moreland. And umpire said over the shoulder. It's going to be actually against Moreland, and Brett Connors will take it. Inside defensive 50 for the Eagles. Got Chamberlain, goes short. Gloucester takes the mark. And half back. Got to move it quickly. Chips the ball over the top. Murphy got a couple against him, and his second effort was pretty good. He handballed it out to Edmondson. Through the middle, Connors chips the football towards Buckingham. Can't pick it up. And over the top, Symes. Miller got it out. Handball. Standing star Pisano. Got it back to Martin, the general, at half back. Chips it out wide, looking for Holes fine. Takes it in front of Chamberlain on centre wing on the outer side. Chip the ball to McNamara. Goes down the line further towards Jovanovic on a long lead. The big man puts his arms up, takes it. Great mark, the big fella. Between wing and half forward on the outer side. Chips it back inboard. Fantella. McNamara by himself. The ball, though, wasn't a great kick, and Gloucester will be able to intercept and have the turnover. Oh, he runs across half-back, though. Sets a task for Connors. Handballs back to Gloucester. Under pressure now. Nowhere to go. Handballs back another 20 metres to Brad Coy. He's got Lachlan and Hunter. He goes back to Lachlan. Still under pressure. Good forward pressure from Bell Post Hill. Lachlan now. Right foot kick. Oh, I think he's kicked into the car park, and there it is, out of bounds on the full. Bell Post Hill, the recipient of the free kick, left half forward. They lead 15-9.99. East Geelong 13-7.85.
23 minutes approaching. Ball comes back inside. It's Tobin. Bell Post Hill will now play their game really well, you would think. Just chip the ball around. There's no team to go forward, so they're going to go back. That is dangerous. Murphy, good contest, went back towards Tobin. He was taken high. He's going to win a free kick. Shane Tobin, very lucky. And Bell Post Hill wouldn't want to flirt with any danger here. Oh, that's 50. That is stupid. Umpires love to have their say in grand final football, boys. Don't worry, they're the third team on the park, and they will ruin it for everybody. But that may be being a bit lazy from the East Geelong side. But Shane Tobin won't mind a bit, because he has now put himself in range, the little fella, and he is a good goal kicker. So he just ambles up the field, approaching 24 minutes final quarter. And East Geelong maybe just without reach if this ball sails through. 14 points, I think, at the present time. So Shane Tobin has a player by himself. Oh, Anthony Baird by himself comes up, and he takes the mark. So he will definitely go back now and put the first nail in the coffin. If it's not already been screwed down tight, it's about to shut. Anthony Baird with the ball. Taking all the time he wants. Umpire will give him all the time because he's inside 50. Comes in, has one to his name this afternoon. Can go back and kick goal number 2. Anthony Baird lines up, and Anthony Baird has kicked the goal. Bell post Hill with one hand on that Premiership Cup at this stage. 16 goals, 9. They lead East Geelong on 13 goals, 7. 24.5 minutes gone. Final quarter, Smith Holden, Blades Sydney scoreboard.
Well, I don't know if the 50 was there. I'm a little bit sceptical, but and that's definitely it. Just didn't have enough in the legs, I don't think, East Geelong, and Bell Post Hill definitely been the better side after half-time. Thoroughly deserved this premiership today.
So back to the middle. Nolan having a run in the ruck. Bolton's gone deep on Tar. Symes goes up, big thump away towards half-forward Tobin. Holds fine, can take it, wrapped up by Hunter, but got the ball away. Symes tries to tap it on. Kick around the corner by Overall towards half-forward. Tobin again takes the mark inside the centre square at centre half-forward. And slow the play down. Bell Post Hill goes out wide looking for Gergich. The coach can take the mark, does well. Under pressure from Power. Still 60 out from goal. Jovanovic gives him a lead into the pocket. Just chips the ball nicely. And sitting there and taking the mark is Sean Lewis. Still on 50.
You go back to Gergich here.
And does. And Gergich takes the mark. Played for a free kick too, the Gerge, against Simon Primke. And he'll shoot for goal from 45 out, 45-degree angle. And he's kicked 1 goal, 1 this afternoon, Brent Gergich. Just to make the margin 26 points. Comes in now. He's missed it. And hasn't got the distance, actually. Fallen to the front of the pack. It's through now for one behind to Bell Post Hill. Now to 16-10, 106. And they lead East Geelong 13-7-85. 26.5 minutes played, final term.
So East Geelong with no time to be mucking around with the ball now. They need to get quick moving and through the middle of the ground. So with that, they go back to the goal square. Noy needs to get the ball and play on. As we said, 26, nearly 27 minutes gone, final quarter. They ship the ball outside, dangerous kick. So good contest there, both from Baird and Lewis. Ball kicked up by East Geelong, run over the boundary line. I think it was Edmondson, and it will be thrown back into play. There's a high tackle, says the umpire, and it's going to be a free kick. And it's not too sure who's going to win the free kick, but all the umpires are out there. At this stage of the game, Bell Post Hill probably don't want to get involved in this sort of stuff. It might ruin their celebrations a bit later on. They have the free kick, and I would think now that 50 metres has been given, so the ball will come from 50 metres out to the boundary line to right in the centre square. So there's another fight on at the top of the square. Not too sure who's involved in that, but David Holtz finds there. So from right in the goal square, Anthony Baird can go back and put the fight well out of their control now. 27.5 minutes gone, including fight time. Anthony Baird loads up, puts it right back into the netball court. Anthony Baird has 3 in his grand final, and the 17th goal now for Bell Post Hill. 17 goals, 10. They kicked 7 in the final quarter. They lead East Geelong on 13 goals, 7. We have gone 28 minutes final quarter. Smith Holden, Blades Sydney scoreboard.
Yeah, there's not much else we can really add now. We're just waiting for the siren. Bell Post Hill have been the best side all year, and coming into today, we all sort of thought that even though East Geelong could give it a good shake, Bell Post Hill is still a better side. And the old petrol tickets. Again.
It's the old week off, isn't it, versus the prelim final.
I still think East Geelong a little bit too top-heavy as well. And just need a few more smalls.
The ball back in the middle of the ground. The umpire taps it down. It wasn't the umpire, it was actually one of the players, Lewis. He cops one high, but Chamberlain kicks the ball into the half-forward line. The smiling assassin comes up. Bounce didn't come in his way. Through the back of the contest. Fursland first to arrive. Handball goes back to Popowski. He goes out wide. And Bell Post Hill marked to Trevor Fletcher. Fletcher's pulled up with a bit of the cramp. But he doesn't care about it because he's not long away from holding away another premiership medal. He goes back inside, and there's a silent assassin. Brad Martin has Stevie Overall further afield. Brad Martin just waiting. Options open up for him again. He goes back outside. Trevor Fletcher. So they can do it again if they want to. Back in on the 15-metre line. Fletcher now decides just to go round the boundary line and long. Back towards centre wing. In front, McNamara, spoil from behind, picked up, fed through to Tobin. Tobin goes outside, handball's good. Found the player there, and basically I think it was, went further afield. And it's player and Holzfond. He can't take possession. Ball goes over the boundary line and will be thrown back in. So 29, nearly 30 minutes gone, final quarter. Smith Holden, the Lud Suzuki scoreboard sees a Bell Post still 17-10. They lead East Geelong on 13-7.
Andrew throw in, out of side centre wing position. Bolton against Symes, front of the pack. Holes find. Wrapped up, was it too high? Yes, said the umpire. So Holes fine will take the free kick in front of the Bell Post Hill supporters out there on centre wing. They're pretty happy. So Holes fine. Gosling gives him a lead. He goes in that direction. Also there is Gergich. And takes the mark just inside the boundary line at half forward. Gergich down the line, 250. Pack develops at the front. There's the siren, and that is the grand final for Bell Post Hill. They win 17-10, 112. They have defeated East Geelong 13-7-85 to make it back-to-back premierships for Bell Post Hill. 7 goals, 3 in that final term, and East Geelong 1 goal, 1. They ran over the top of them in the end to win by 27 points. Dale, goal kickers for both sides.
Goal kickers for Bell Post Hill in the finals today. Anthony Baird, probably an unlikely goal kicker, but he's got 3. Matthew Jovanovic got 3. Another bloke that obviously has played pretty well today. Chris Moreland with 1, Shane Tobin, David Holzfine, Anthony Pisano, Brent Gergic, Caleb Basley, Travis Fursland, Alexander Ritchie's also with 1 for the East Geelong side. Brett Connors 7, and up to about three-quarter time he had them. 3 to Adam Scroblack, 1 each to Rob Chamberlain, Ricky O'Toole and Kyle Robinson.
So Bell Post Hill with a big 7-goal final term. They win the 2011 GDFL Premiership 17-10, 112. Defeated East Geelong 13-7-85. You see David Holzfine there on screen. And the Bell Post Hill boys making it back-to-back. And East Geelong gallant in defeat. They just couldn't sustain the pressure they had in the first 3 quarters in that final term. And we'll see Adam Scroblack on screen there with the Bell Post Hill boys. Big last quarter, Cal, by the Panthers.
Yeah, most definitely, Jason. I think as you said before, they've definitely been the better side all year, and they just had too much depth today. Too many players that could stand up at the right times, and they're a champion team. Everyone in their side can play the role that they need to, and just the depth is amazing. And fortunately for East Geelong, they'll need to find a couple more players to come over the side, and just really need a few more to get the run through the middle, because that's where they died down in that last quarter. Just couldn't get enough, and if they had more run, then maybe they would have been able to get into the forward line a bit more and give Scrub a chance. But at the end of the day, all those players just ran out of legs.
So 17-10, 112 Bell Post Hill. Defeated East Geelong 13-7-85. You see the Bell Post Hill boys on screen there with the celebration and the cheer squad. And they are so delicious for Bell Post Hill. So great victory, back-to-back premierships for Bell Post Hill after beating Werribee quite convincingly last season by 103 points. They've won by 27 points this afternoon. Best players for Bell Post Hill boys? Numerous. Yeah, the comment about the champion team was probably pretty well. I found it hard to find a best player for Bell Post Hill.
As a standout player, you're probably right for the whole side for the day. They've worked pretty hard. You know, there's players that had bits and pieces.
Because we've got to pick the medalist, you know.
Yeah, well, if I was going, I'd probably go with Brett Connors his first 3 quarters, and in the losing side, I'm not too sure whether that'd be the way to go. But I would reckon Bretty Connors was, from my point of view, was probably near the best man on the ground.
Cal?
Yeah, as you said, Dale, it's very difficult to find someone who stood out above all. But
Connors.
Yeah, I think Brett Connors, I felt, was the best player on the field, and the only player that really stood out among everyone else, particularly in those first 3 quarters. He was absolutely fantastic, and deserves to be the best on the field today, I think.
Yeah, look, as I said, like you can go through the Bell Post Hill, a very even contribution day. You know, Anthony Baird, probably not a goal kicker, kicked 3 this afternoon. You know, they all had their bits to play. Symes did okay. Popovsky went on the full-back with Scroblack. You know, Scrubber still kicked 3, but did a fair job. Holzfine was good most of the day. Fletcher worked his way into the game. Look, they're numerous players, and as I said, grand finals aren't won by many blokes being a standout. But I agree that Brett Connors, as I said, like in the first 3/4 of football, he was just front and square every contest, and if East Geelong were ever going to win it, it would have been on the back of his performance today. So that's an interesting state of affairs. And also, just to mention the boys back in the shed at Ron's, mate, they were all listening to us. They reckon it was a great call. Just had the message through from the boys, so I hope they're still switched on.
So, as we said, 7 goals in the last quarter for Bell Post Hill. Big final term. They always looked like they were going to, Cal, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just the late stages of the third term, they just looked like they were starting to get their momentum.
I think even early in that third quarter, they kicked the first goal, East Geelong, but ever since that point, it just seemed that Bell Post Hill had the power and had the ability just to really starve East Geelong of any chance to get back into the game. And
I think you called it a 3/4 at half time when you spoke to Dick in the Oval. He'd reckon that the petrol tickets were starting to run out then. So a tremendous effort from Bell Post Hill.
We don't want to be too critical of East Geelong, but I just think some of their players who came into today's game under a bit of an injury cloud. You know, you look at Chamberlain, he's been back for a couple of weeks, but he's been under an injury cloud. I felt Primke was not the best today. Quick, as I said before, he's only just come into the side. Big task for him to come in and play on Justin Tarr when he's, you know, hasn't really played many games for East Geelong this year, especially on this oval. Hill probably got a bit tired towards the end. Nyko didn't see too much of him today.
Injured in the end, I think.
Yeah. So when I sort of look at it, I just think there were too many players that just couldn't get up and be competitive against the Bell Post Hill depth, and ultimately that's what it came down to. Yes, East Geelong had some very good players today, and they definitely put their hand up to get them over the line, but they just didn't have the depth, unfortunately. And I think that's what we all picked at the start of the game, and have all been proven right. So good job to us.
We'll pat ourselves on the back.
We knew it was going to be close, didn't we?
Yeah, we always know. We always.
So we're going to go down to Dick, who is with Brad Martin from Bell Post Hill.
Yes, I've got Brad Martin here today. Played a great game at centre half back for the Bell Post Hill Panthers. Brad, what's it feel like, mate? Back-to-back premierships.
Oh, fantastic, mate. I think we just got the ball rolling last year, and these guys are a committed group and just a really good group of mates. There's no superstars. We just work hard for each other, mate.
Brad, where did you see the game turn? Looked like East Geelong were going to take it away. You guys have just come out of nowhere.
Yeah, definitely. I think playing 2 games in about a 4 or 5 week period, you sort of get fresh legs, and we knew they'd played 3 hard games on this rock-hard ground. So we knew if we were with them sort of 3/4 time, we'd just storm home, and just the passion to win got us through.
What did Brett say to you at 3/4 time? Obviously, some pretty stern words. Let's get going. The weather's been a bit strange today, but whatever he said to you has really got you guys motivated in that last quarter.
Yeah, he doesn't get overly angry. He's a pretty calm guy, Brett. But what he's done at this football club, I'm in awe of him. I mean, he's just taught me so much in the last 2 years, just how to speak to people and the respect he's got for everyone. He doesn't think he's better than anyone else. He's just a normal guy. He just wants to win a premiership for a club.
A big night tonight.
Definitely, mate.
Back to Bell Post Hill.
For sure. We rocked their house down tonight, I think.
Unbelievable. That's a great effort by the Bell Post Hill Panthers. And yes, back-to-back premierships. We'll take you back to Jason, the boys in the commentary box.
Thanks, Dick. Thanks to Brad Martin down there on ground level. Yes, skippered them last year, didn't he, Dale?
Yes, he actually gave it away.
He gave it away, retired, didn't he?
Start of the year, it doesn't take a good man to come out of it, mate. I tell you what, when you can play footy, you've got to keep going. I don't care. Like, I know
you're a long time retired, aren't you?
I know family circumstances changed from the start of the year and things like that, but I reckon Bell Post Hill would have been more than pleased to be able to push him back into that back line come the last, 12 or 13 games of the season, because he is a bit of a general back there. He's a smiling assassin, I call him. He just fills up that hole nicely, doesn't panic, good pair of hands, and he can generally use the ball better than any bloke I've seen around the ground. So, a credit to, as he said, he plays Brent Gergie for the way he conducts himself, and he said last year that he wouldn't come back and do it again. Well, I tell you what, they've done that, and they've achieved that by going through their system. The thing that amazes me is they've done this now for 2 years, and no side's been able to unpick them. They don't panic, they don't get unravelled by the circumstances of the game. And I reckon that's a real credit. And I suppose it goes back to Brent Gergic and obviously the blokes that work on their fitness and also their skill level at Belpost Hill is probably as good as I've ever seen in a GDFL side. So, as I said, my congratulations goes out to Belpost Hill. And as I said, to East Geelong, look, they were tremendous in that first half of football. If they'd have been able to maintain that level of work, and that's what grand finals have done, you have to play for the full 4 quarters. We've proven that out. So it's just interesting to see that that's happened this afternoon as well. So we're just, as I said, congratulations to Belpost Hill, tremendous effort.
We see East Geelong's coach there, Adam Scrobelack, on screen. And great effort by his team, but unfortunately just weren't able to continue into that final term. And as Cal said, probably in the third term as well. So the East Geelong boys coming over for the presentation, which is great to see. And Belpost Hill obviously over here as well. And the umpires to come up and get their medal, and they were okay today, Cal. You spoke about them at half-time. You gave them a bit of a rap, the umpies.
Yeah, I did. Perhaps a little bit.
A little bit over the top.
Yeah,
it's very unlike you, Cal.
No, I don't too bad. Look, they deserve a bit of a clap. I don't think there were any decisions that were really...
Yeah, no worries. So we won't be seeing the presentation on air, unfortunately, because we're going to run out of time. But we see Neville Whitley there, the president of the GDFL, and we see the cup with Anthony Baird and Jaden Symes. They're pretty happy, the boys. And back-to-back premierships is a great effort, Dale, to be able to do it 2 years in a row.
Oh, look, a tremendous effort from all those involved in the club and what they've been able to achieve. A long time coming, the first one, but they've been able to achieve that the second time round, and it's a really good effort for Brett Gergic and all the boys. And
it's good to see the coach coming over and having a crack at Cal. We love that, Gerger. We love it, Gerger. Get into him. Get into him, Gerge.
We've been telling him that all year. You shouldn't bag you players.
Get into him, Gerge.
Just looking for a stamp of approval from Cal Lambert, special comments, Brett Gergic. He's just wanting to know if he played or not. I think that's what he's asking. So, look, as I said, this is great for the club. As I said, look, there's really not a lot of blokes that they can lose out of this side. If you wanted to go back, I reckon Brad Martin can go around, so they can come back and do it a third time.
Belpost Hill, big winners, 17-10, 112 defeated East Geelong, 13-785. Here's Dick. Here's the big fella to finish us off. Thanks, Dick.
Yeah, what a fantastic afternoon it's been. Belpost Hill Panthers, Premiers 2011, East Geelong the runners-up. It's been a great afternoon here at the St Albans Reserve here in Geelong. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much to Channel 31. It's been a great afternoon and a very good afternoon to you all at home.